boys and girls, I'm back today with another Crafternoon for you. Today we are going to make a craft that was inspired by the book that we read this week, and that was Oh No, George by Chris Houghton. So if you haven't watched that video, watch that first and then come back for the craft. And today we are going to make a really fun, easy, interactive paper bag dog puppet. So you can you'll be able to put your hand in the puppet and you'll be able to move it around. And you can even personalize it and you'll be able to give your dog the very own name that you choose. So I'm going to show you how to do it in just a few simple steps, and let's get started. To make this craft you will need a paper bag. It can be any size, it can be brown or it can be white, whatever you have. You will need some colored construction paper. I chose dark brown. This is going to be for my dog's ears, nose, and tail, but you could use black or any other color. You will need a small piece of white construction paper or white paper to make the dog's eyes, a small piece of red construction paper or pink for the dog's tongue, and if you want to make your dog a name tag, you will need some gold construction paper or yellow. You will also need a black marker or crayon, a glue stick, some tape, scissors, a brown crayon, a pencil, and this is optional, a piece of ribbon. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to take our paper bag, and you want the flap to be facing up because that is going to be the dog's head. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make some ears for our dog. You can make any size ears that you want. I'm going to make some bigger ears, and sometimes it helps to trace or draw a little template out of scrap paper, and then you can get the shape that you want, and then you can just trace it onto the construction paper so you don't waste the construction paper if you don't like the shape that you make. So I made 2 of these and I'm just going to trace it. And your ears don't have to be brown. You can even make them colorful ears like George in the story. And then I'm just going to fold it over and I'm going to cut out the 2 ears. Just want to cut them out. And they don't have to be this shape. You can do it however you'd like. Okay, and now we have our 2 ears. So now we can glue them onto the paper bag. So just take your glue stick and you just want to put some glue on the top of the ear. Doesn't have to be on the whole ear, just on the top. And then you're going to take your paper bag and you're going to glue the ear right onto the top of the flap, the corner. And you'll do the same with the other ear. And just press down, and now our dog has 2 ears. So while we have our brown construction paper, we can also make the nose. So your nose could be a circle, or I made a little nose shape, and I'm just going to trace it and cut it out. If you're not good at freehand drawing, you can always look online for templates that you can print out if you have a printer, and then you can use those to trace. You can also make a black nose. Dogs usually have brown or black noses. And you just want to cut it out. And then once you have the nose cut out, you can glue it on. Just put some glue on the back. And then we're going to take our dog and we're going to glue the nose right above the flap and press down. And we're going to use our brown construction paper one more time to make the dog's tail. So this is the shape I cut out for the dog's tail, but yours can be a skinny tail. It can be totally different than this tail. So whatever you want to do. And I'm just going to trace it. And I'm just going to cut it out. You can even use a little pom-pom if you want to give your dog a little tail. Whatever supplies you have at home or whatever you want to do to be creative. And we're just going to cut it out. Okay, and once you have your tail cut out, you can just put some glue on part of it. So there I put some glue. And now we're going to take the back of our paper bag and we're going to glue the tail towards the bottom. Just press down in the middle so that when we turn our dog around, the tail will stick out. Okay, so our dog's coming along good. Now we're going to give our dog some eyes. So you're going to take your white construction paper and you're going to, you can either draw on eyes right onto the paper bag or you can trace. I like to use the cap to trace circles. And we're going to need 2 eyes. So I'm just going to trace one. I'm going to fold the paper over and then I'm going to cut them out. You don't ever have to cut out eyes. You can always draw them on, or if you have wiggly eyes at home, you can use those. Whatever is easiest or whatever you have at home and that you'd like to do. So if you're making the white eyes, now you just want to draw on some pupils. You can use a black crayon, a black marker, black color pencil. Okay, that one's good. And then just a pupil on the other eye. And once you have your pupils on, you can flip the eyes over, put some glue. And then you're going to glue the eyes above the nose. So there's one. And there's 2. So now our dog has 2 eyes. Just gonna get some of these scraps out of the way. And now we want to give our dog a little red nose or a pink, a little red tongue or a pink tongue. And we're just going to trace a little tongue shape. That one actually needs to be a little longer. You want to make it long enough so that you can glue it underneath the flap, but it still sticks out. Just cut out the tongue. So that's the tongue shape I made. And it's a little bit long, and I'm just going to put the glue on the top of the tongue, and I'm going to glue it, lift the flap, and I'm just going to glue it underneath the flap right below the nose. So now our dog has a little tongue. So we're almost done with our dog. Now's the time when you can decorate your dog if you'd like. So for my dog, for the sample that I made, I did some brown spots on my dog. So I'm going to do that again. And you can use a crayon, you can use colored pencils, you can use markers, and you can give your dog spots. You can do whatever you like to make your dog really colorful. It's totally up to you, whatever you want to do, whatever you have at home, if you have paint. Okay, so you could just decorate your dog. Time to be creative. Okay, so now my dog has some spots. Do one more. Okay, so we're almost done. Now you can give your dog a name tag. So for this, you can use a piece of yellow or gold construction paper, and all you need is a circle shape. So I have a little template here, or you could trace something if you have something that has that circle shape to it, and just trace it and cut it out. It doesn't have to be yellow too, it can be any color paper. And now you should start thinking about what you would want to name your dog. So for the sample, I named my dog Rags, like the song that we learned on Monday, but you can give your dog any name that you'd like, whatever you can think of. So for this dog, I'm gonna name him Spot, because I drew a bunch of spots on him. So this is gonna be Spot. So you can write the name, or if you can have a parent write the name, whatever name you choose. And then you're just going to either glue that on, or you can do the optional step of using a ribbon. So to use a ribbon, you just want to use your scissor and have an adult do this if it's too sharp. You just want to make a little hole above the name in the paper. And then if you have some ribbon at home, you can just take the ribbon and you just have to feed it through the hole. So sometimes it's a little hard. You might have to make your hole a little bit bigger, otherwise it won't fit. So you just kind of keep going with a scissor. And then if you have a skinnier ribbon, that's good because it might be easier to get through. Okay. So to complete this step, you're just going to put the ribbon around the dog like that, and then you're going to turn the dog over, and you're going to use some tape to tape the ribbon to the back like that. Flip it over, and if you have extra ribbon, if it's a little bit long, just trim the edges so it doesn't hang over the side. And now your dog has a little name tag. And if you, one more step at the end, if you want to get rid of this jagged part of the bag, you can just use your scissor to trim the bottom. And there you go. You have a really cute, interactive, fun dog puppet that you can play with. Well, thanks so much for watching, boys and girls. I really hope you enjoyed today's craft, and I would love to know if you make it or not. I really hope you do and give it a try. I'll be back next week with another craft. Have a good day.